Hello, and welcome to the Taifun All-Terrain Vehicle channel. My name is Lev, and today we're going to talk about skid-steer type all-terrain vehicles. We decided to cover this topic because many people who want to buy one don't understand the differences. Some are well prepared and have already watched a ton of videos on YouTube, but there are also people who don't understand the differences between the types of off-road vehicles and which one is best for them. Our vehicle is a skid-steer type. There are tracked all-terrain vehicles, which are completely different. Some with rubber tracks, others with metal ones. There are also various types of wheeled ATVs, articulated or standard classic models. The Taifun is a skid-steer type all-terrain vehicle, the most capable in the world. Of course, a skid-steer type isn't without its drawbacks. It has a limited load capacity compared to, say, tracked ATVs. But we've solved this problem, and in the following videos you'll find out how. Why does our all-terrain vehicle, and skid-steer type vehicles in general, have such incredible off-road capability? First, its low weight. This all-terrain vehicle weighs 1,850 kilograms with a 1.5 Kubota engine. If you don't believe it, here's a video of the weigh-in. 1,850 kilograms. There's also a configuration with a 2.4-liter engine. Those weigh a bit more, 2,000 kilograms, give or take a few grams. But the curb weight of this specific model is 1,850 kilograms. What accounts for the low weight? It's the aluminum frame, clad in alucobond. The lower hull is made of Swedish Dokal steel. Despite its thinness and light weight, it offers very high strength. Another factor contributing to the low weight is the small displacement engine, which consumes almost nothing, 3 to 4 liters per hour. This all-terrain vehicle is equipped with a 1.5-liter Kubota engine producing 44 horsepower. But don't think that's a laughable figure. What matters here is torque. The next factor ensuring high off-road capability is the boat-style body, which has its own displacement in addition to the displacement of the massive 1,650mm wheels, and in some cases, 1,800mm wheels, 180 centimeters tall. Just imagine that. Unlike configurations with axles, the boat-like body provides very high ground clearance. You won't get stuck in the snow, and you won't get bogged down by the axles in a swamp either. It's just a smooth surface. When you drive over debris, you won't damage the drive shafts or anything else. The body has the smoothest possible bottom. Name me just one other type of all-terrain vehicle besides a skid-steer type model that can drive from water onto ice. If you can name one, write it in the comments. I'd be happy to read it and shake your hand. It achieves a smooth transition onto the ice because the Taifun all-terrain vehicle sits very high in the water. The water is below the wheel hubs. It approaches and scrapes the ice with its front wheels. There are huge lamellae here, and thanks to its light weight, it pushes itself onto the ice with ease. You'll see the footage on the screen now. Another advantage of the skid-steer type all-terrain vehicle over other types is that all the components are kept warm and protected inside the boat-shaped body. On other types of off-road vehicles in freezing weather, if something breaks down, you have to go outside in -40 or -45 degrees, open the hood, and check the drive shafts, suspension, and axles. You have to do all this under the vehicle, in the bitter cold, in a blizzard. In the far north, in Chukotka, the guys struggle with these situations in blizzards. On the Taifun, if it's freezing outside, you can simply turn on the Webasto heater in case, God forbid, something breaks down. You turn on the Webasto, warm up inside, open the floor panels, lift the hood, and work on the equipment. There isn't much equipment here. The layout is as simple as possible. This is another advantage of the Taifun ATV. As few components and assemblies as possible, with no unnecessary parts. The engine, the transmission, a drive shaft from the transmission to the final drive, and from the final drive, huge Japanese chains, leading to the tank-style side reduction gears and the wheels. That's it. There's nothing else here. How the skid steer type system works. One side of the all-terrain vehicle brakes when turning. Hydraulic joysticks, left and right, are installed here. Another option is a steering wheel with power steering and navigation. And the simplest option is using levers for mechanical control. Some people, especially older adults, choose this control scheme specifically to get the best feel for the ATV through the levers. Another element where the Taifun ATV excels is water. It feels right at home here. Why's that? Thanks to its boat-like hull, the displacement of its wheels, and the displacement of the hull itself. No other type of all-terrain vehicle can navigate water with such confidence. The speed of the premium Taifun ATV on water is 7 kilometers per hour, and sometimes even more. No other type of off-road vehicle can achieve this. Yes, you might say that you could attach a water jet or an outboard motor, but those are all aftermarket modifications. This vehicle has no outboard motors or water jets whatsoever. Taifun All-Terrain Vehicle also performs superbly on snow. Again, thanks to its low weight and low ground pressure. Take Alexander, for example, our favorite customer from Kamchatka. We'll visit him this winter and show you how the Taifun handles the snows of Kamchatka. The last time I visited him, we were driving through the snow, and I saw some bushes ahead and asked Alexander, "What kind of bushes are those? What is that?" He started laughing and said, "Lev, are you kidding? Those are the tops of the forest." To clarify, here's the top of the vehicle, and the snow is higher. And these are the cut-off tops of the trees. Over there, there's even a top that hasn't been cut off. All of this is the tops, the very ends of the trees. You're looking at a forest. They dug here, and as you can see for yourselves, there's a lot of snow. The next type of terrain is a swamp. This is an all-terrain vehicle specifically designed for these conditions. No matter how hard we tried to get it stuck in the swamp today, it just wouldn't happen. The premium Taifun ATV doesn't damage the ground and stays on top of it. Look how I step down and sink right in. My ground pressure is higher than that of this amphibious ATV. When moving over rough terrain, the suspension on a skid steer type all-terrain vehicle is handled by the wheels. You just release a little more pressure and drive smoothly. The maximum pressure in this vehicle is 0.3. The minimum is 0.01. As for driving on asphalt, you can cross some asphalt roads. You can drive on them, but I'm afraid the tires won't last long. But if you have a lot of money, I don't think that'll be a problem for you. Many other manufacturers have a lot of minuses, especially when it comes to off-road driving. Not every utility vehicle can handle ice, stay afloat in water, and so on. The premium Taifun ATV is uncompromising. It's designed exclusively for off-road use. There's a slight caveat when driving on asphalt, but if you're buying an all-terrain vehicle, why would you need asphalt?
Я подальше выйду.
Там еще глубже.
Ну все.